Put that coffee down and let's talk about something important. The first rule of business is as simple as A, B, C. Always be closing. Today on The Jam, we're tapping into that cutthroat business of sales with a little inspiration from Alec Baldwin.
Have I got your attention now?
Here's 12 tips to land the sale. What is up? Welcome to The Jam. I am Gordon from Marmalead.
I'm Richie from Marmalead.
And what are we talking about today, Richie?
Well, today we're going to talk about something that we've talked about before. It is the acronym AIDA, A-I-D-A, which is attention, interest, in this case, decision, and action. So if you've listened to another one, we talked about AIDA in photography, and we used D for desire. This one is decision. So how does this translate into your Etsy shop? Well, your Etsy shop wants sales, first of all. So that is exactly how it translates in here. Let's just kick it right off with attention. The first step to getting your buyer's attention is, like we talked about in prior jam, excellent product photography. Okay, you need to get their attention in order for them to do anything else, whether they are scrolling through a screen or walking down the street and see, your shop has a window and they're looking in to see what's going on. If you're not getting their attention, the buyer is just going to keep on going until someone else does get their attention.
The next step of AIDA is interest. So inspire interest in your products by giving compelling, colorful product descriptions with engaging lifestyle photos of your products in use. Show how people actually want to envision these things in their lives. Show how it could be in their house, or they could use it when they're going to do something. This really helps engage them a little bit in the actual product, and will build their level of interest that they have in it.
Being able to see yourself using a product is such a game changer. It builds your level of interest. It says like, hey, I want to do that too. So if you have great reviews in your shop, that would inspire others to be interested too. People are very interested in what other people are up to, which is why social media is so powerful. Use those reviews. Be proud of those reviews. Boast those reviews proudly in your descriptions, your shop bio, your banners, your social media. Let people know. Let people know that other people are happily using your products and what they're up to with them.
So the next step in our AIDA process is decision. Now, before we have covered it as desire, but in this case today, we're talking about decision. And as part of your sales funnel, eventually the customer needs to make the decision to actually purchase. How do we encourage buyers to make that decision? How do we encourage them to go from window shopper, enjoying your photos, reading through your beautiful descriptions, to actually pulling the trigger and making a sale? How do we do that?
One way to do that is to offer a sense of urgency, such as with a promotion. So I see that a lot on Instagram, Facebook, and just all sorts of marketing, whether it be something in the mail, right? From anything. It could be an appliance. It could be sunglasses. Sunglasses, I'm seeing right now, buy a pair, get a second pair, 50% off. Buy one, BOGO offers, buy one, get one. Appliances, every holiday that comes around, it's like, hey, you need a new oven, you need a new fridge, you need all three things. Hey, you're going to get this promotion. It's this much off. We're packaging these things. Hey, you're going to get a Lowe's gift card if you buy this, which is great because then they're coming back to buy more stuff from your shop. But they have a limited time. You have to do it this weekend. It's this weekend only. Once it's gone, it's right back to normal.
Your prices should also be competitive. Now, in Marmalead, we break down the pricings by saying there's bargain products, there's kind of average product, and there's high-end products. So when I say your prices should be competitive, I'm not telling you to just drop your prices, like lower your prices, make them all competitive. No, you want to know what market you're in and make sure that your price for that market is competitive. You can be priced higher than lots of the other products in your market, as long as you know that, my specific market is high-end. So I need to be priced above what the bargain bin products are selling for. And I need to communicate that, why I'm high-end, through my photos, through my descriptions, and things like that.
If your products are made of better materials, make sure they know. Otherwise, people don't know. A lot of times with commodities and stuff like that, just to stick with like kitchen appliances, right? Brand to brand, you'll shop that to different shops, right? You'll go, hey, what is Lowe's selling this for? What's Home Depot selling this for? What's Best Buy? Maybe Costco. What is brand to brand, though, it's the same thing. It's the same exact product. But now you're comparing something, a Whirlpool to like a Sub-Zero fridge, right? These are completely different ends of the market. No one is expecting the super expensive one to be priced down here, right? You're just not going to find it. And they make sure that you know in the marketing what goes into that. They tell you what it is. Same with a car, you know by brand, and you're looking at different dealerships, and these are, that's the car. This is what goes into it. You wouldn't be price shopping the difference between like a Hyundai and a Ferrari. You can be like, hey, what's the difference? I don't really understand. Why is this one so much more over here? Like, that's a reasonable question, but there's a big list, and they make sure you know what that is. The same with anything you sell. Just let them know what's going into your product and why it is what it is, right? Silver plated versus silver filled versus, straight up everything, full on silver. Or, hey, maybe this one's platinum and this one's silver. Big difference.
Another thing you can do to help with that decision process is to offer discounted or faster shipping than your competition. It's no secret that shoppers sometimes wait until the last second to make a purchase for an event like a birthday or something like that. And so when they're out there looking around and trying to find the thing that's going to work for them, a big part of that decision could be which one's going to get here faster? Which one can I actually get within the next week, half a week, a couple days? I don't have time to wait for 3 weeks because then their birthday present's going to be late. And it's on me, but I'm putting it on you because I am a slacker, and that's how it is.
Exactly. And speed is one of the things that people will pay for. We will pay for speed because that's something you can't get back. So you give someone more time and people will pay for it. I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in to the Jam by Marmalead. Marmalead helps guide you to keywords that real Etsy shoppers are using so you can get more sales doing what you love. Check out Marmalead in the link in the description or at marmalead.com. Well, next and last, we have action. It's not enough just to get clicks, right? Your listings actually need to sell because you haven't come this far to only come this far. So if you're getting a lot of clicks, but not a whole lot of sales, so your SEO and your photos are good, what else is going on in your shop? Gordon, what's wrong with my shop?
It could be any number of things, right? It could be that your price doesn't match the market that you're trying to target. It could be that your photos are strong and attracting people, but you could even be priced too low. And someone's like, well, what's wrong with this thing? Why is the price so low? It looks fantastic. Like, is this not even legit? Is this being sold by some, imposter?
Right?
It could be bad reviews that you've had in the past. People check those things. People love checking reviews, maybe even more so than descriptions. They love reading reviews and seeing what other shoppers' experiences were with your shop and with your products. And so if your reviews aren't up to snuff, that could be something that's causing them to hesitate a little bit too. And like we just talked about with shipping, if your shipping is a little slow or if your shipping is a little expensive, that could be something that's scaring people away too.
So there are a lot of different components, and you do have to just kind of assess them and figure out okay, where along the process am I losing people? And what's going on? And you constantly be testing and tweaking and keep your ear to the market. Very important. And as far as things like reviews, it could be bad reviews, it could be unclear reviews, it could be not enough reviews. So some of these are things just to stick out. And when I say stick out, I don't mean like obvious, but stick it out and try things, because everyone starts somewhere, right? And we just have to kind of gain that momentum. So whatever's going on, just keep testing. And as far as reviews go, encourage reviews. We have other content where we talk about how to get more reviews in a good, non-spammy kind of way, because people, like we talked about in there, really do want to leave you good reviews, right? Especially if they know it's important to you.
And for pricing, it's super easy. Jump into Marmalead, put in some of the keywords that you're actually getting traffic for inside of your shop, and see what that pricing spread looks like. You're going to want to hit multiple keywords because people are finding you for multiple keywords, but see where that pricing landscape is and just take note of where you're falling. It's always a good thing to go and check your pricing from time to time and just stay on top of that because markets shift, pricing moves, things are going to shift up and down. And so you want to be aware of where you're positioned, even if you're not making any changes to your pricing after reviewing the information.
Absolutely. Same with shipping, right? You want to make sure that you're shipping. If you're charging for shipping, make sure that that's the norm for your market. And not just the price of shipping, but also the days to ship. Right. So we talked about that too. Speed, how long do I have to wait for this product? We like instant gratification. That's just the world we live in. So if something showing up sooner, we start to all of a sudden justify why the one that's coming sooner might actually be a better fit for us. And hey, after that's done, whether or not we have buyer's remorse, it's ours now. So try to, be within what you need to be in the competitive landscape, right? So all those things, prices, reviews, shipping time, shipping price, all that stuff. Put your best foot forward, take the time to do so, test things out. You never know it's going to work until you try it.
So there you guys go. There is a good whirlwind tour through AIDA and how you can apply it to your shop as a whole to make sure that you are always going to be closing in your Etsy shop and landing those sales. So hopefully you guys got something out of that. Go ahead and share down in the comments below what tactics you've used in the past and what things you might be changing in your shop to help improve your AIDA. We'll see you guys next time on The Jam.